Alright, I'm back with it. Y'all see the title, What If Goku Was a Scientist? But I'm probably going to title this video, Goku Becomes Iron Man, because I know that's going to blow up in the algorithm and whatnot. And, you know, I did actually make a suit for him and stuff like that, but we'll touch on that later. But yeah, what if Goku was a scientist? Alright, and I said Goku becomes Iron Man. Before somebody says, well, actually, Iron Man's an engineer, not a scientist. Well, I typed it on Google as Tony Stark is a scientist. He's an inventor and a genius scientist. He's also an engineer, yes. Alright, and also Bulma is a scientist and technological engineer. But anyway, this video was inspired by something that a lot of you youngins probably don't know about. But back in the day, there was something called the Ocean dub. It was OG English dub Dragon Ball Z, right? And in the scene where Vegeta's throwing the Powerball, he makes the statement, y'all can watch this on YouTube, where he says, your father was an average fighter, but he was a brilliant scientist. And he states that Bardock created the Powerball. Now, we know that's not canonically correct. I mean, it might be. I don't know. I never looked it up. But, so he says that Bardock was a brilliant scientist. So we're going to take that and run with it. So, basing that off of Bardock being a brilliant scientist, that's how we get this video title. What if Goku was a scientist? Goku becomes Iron Man, right? And this is more so concept of what can be. And if this is well received and you guys like it, and also feel free to put suggestions in the comments and whatnot on what you like, what you think could happen, what I could add, all that in the comment section. Plus, it helps with the algorithm, and also hit that like button. But so we're gonna run with that. What if Goku was a scientist, right? So starting off with the concept, we could have it go regular where he gets picked up by Grandpa Gohan. We could say he still lands on Mount Paozu and gets raised by Gohan. You know, but to me, that would probably stun his growth if we go with that route. We could also do it to where he landed with Android 21 and Android 20. We could go that route. We can also go the route where he lands with the Briefs family. You know, and also I did these arts myself. It look kind of lit though. But you can also go where he lands with Android 8 in that snow place. I don't know what it's called, with Suno. We can go a lot of routes. But in this concept, I wanted to say, you know, in the same way in the regular Dragon Ball Z, Goku has many masters: Master Roshi, Korin, Popo, Kami, King Kai, Whis, Maris. So we know in the average route. But since we're going the engineer route, the scientific route, we could do it to where Goku's masters are actually the scientific people, like Dr. Briefs. He can learn under him. He can learn under the creation of Android 8. He can learn under Dr. Gero. He can learn from Bulma. You know. And by the way, the trip with Bulma still happens. You know, she still picks him up whatever route we choose, wherever he gets raised by. She still picks up Goku and they go on an adventure. You know, they move a lot smarter, obviously. But I'm going to change it to where Goku ends up getting the wish at the end during the peel-off thing when he goes to the ape and all that. Goku ends up getting the wish, and he wishes to know about what he is, because at this point he knows that he's an alien. So he asks for a complete understanding of his race and everything there is to know about being a Saiyan. Okay, so he makes his wish to learn about the Saiyans, their anatomy, and so on and so forth. So after that, he begins to study. All right, seeing what he can do with this information, brainstorming, doing what he does, coming up with equations, ways of self-improvement. You know, he starts to study the anatomy of what it is to be a Saiyan. He learns about the Zenkais, because remember, Shenron, we'll say Shenron gave him a book. All right, he reads the book, everything it is to know about the Saiyans. Okay, the biggest, he learns about Zenkais. He learns all about his Saiyan anatomy. He learns about the moon and how the moon is what turns him into the ape. Alright, he starts to study on ways to avoid the transformation. So he creates glasses, and I think, I don't want to say I'm the first one to do this, but I think Mondo Cool, or maybe it was what's the dude's name, bro? Moscow X. It was one of them, I think, where they I don't remember which one of them did it, but they did it to where Goku had glasses to prevent the moon from transforming him, you know, as some type of tent. I'm gonna use that as well, because remember, Goku's a scientist, so he figures that out, where the glasses prevent the transformation. All right, he begins to study the moon and Blutz waves. So we can also go the Super Saiyan 4 route. Remember how Bulma made a thing to turn Vegeta into Super Saiyan 4? We can go that route too. He begins to study Blutz waves. All right, he learns to make the Power Ball like his father did. Remember, being a quote-unquote brilliant scientist. So he learns to make the Power Ball. And also, I thought of this very cool concept. Like you know how originally the Spirit Bomb was a one-handed technique. Well, what if Goku mixed the Power Ball with the Spirit Bomb? So while it's sitting there floating up there, it's also gathering energy like the Spirit Bomb. That'd be cool. That'd be a little cool concept. I thought about that. That was sick to me. But yeah. And you also could probably come across Akari form. But I don't know. Maybe you come across the Akari form, and it could be like a Hulk situation, where he transforms. All right. Then when Raditz shows up, when he first has contact with the Scouter, he turns his glasses not only into a moon repellent or a moon deterrent, but also when he first meets his brother Raditz, he learns about the Scouter, which he then implements in his glasses as well. So now his glasses can sense power levels, just like a Scouter. All right, much like the double Scouter that Tagoma had. All right. He can make some improvements to the Dragon Radar, like how the Red Ribbon Army had a global Dragon Radar. He could have that. But instead of that, he could also have it to where this radar can predict all the different power levels that are on the Earth and the approaching power levels in the system. All right. So there's that. He can learn about spaceship travel through his own spaceship, Raditz spaceship. Much like how Bulma and them created a spaceship. So we can get into that. You can learn about gravity training. All right, when he's not stuck. But we can also, if you guys want to balance it, even though nowadays I know people don't even care much about balancing and what ifs, but some people do. But whenever he's not being an absolute nerd, he goes to training. Which means he'll probably be inherently weaker than Canon Goku, but he still trains in gravity. We can go that. He can understand that his Saiyans can't breathe in space, so he could create a suit, much like the Iron Man suit. Hint, hint. Goku becomes Iron Man. He could create a suit that allows him to breathe in space. All right, and it could close up, much like how Cooler's mask closed up. Same way. Also, since he learned about the Saiyans, he might learn about Yamoshi. He might even learn about all that. He got a book on the Saiyans. Learn about the legend of the Super Saiyan. He could try to see how he can achieve that through science. All right, rather that's through enhancements or through armor. Remember in shout out Dragon Ball Deliverance how Bra was able to turn Super Saiyan. Her suit turned her into Super Saiyan. Goku could do something like that. He can understand or he could have an armor like that, which allows him to turn Super Saiyan. You can understand that the spine has something to do with it. Remember, Khalifa had the tingly back, which was so cringe. But I wanted to say, since it was through science, maybe he comes up with the false Super Saiyan that he used on Slug. Maybe he goes with the false Super Saiyan transformation instead of actual Super Saiyan. But being that nobody knows what a Super Saiyan looks like at the time, they just think that that's Super Saiyan. All right, maybe he'll do something with capsules, help improve that in his techniques. When he discovers Cell, maybe he'll do something with that. Or maybe he'll do his own Cell project. All right, much like that. Make his own Cell project, something like that. More on that later if I do a series on this. When he goes against the androids, he learns that they absorb energy. He might use that, take that and run with it. And start absorbing energy himself. Make some type of system. Start studying energy absorption. All right, where he learns how to harness and absorb energy. All right, having the hands like Android 19. Now he can absorb energies as well. Right? And someone did a similar concept to that. I think it was Smug Stick. And since I don't really like copying people completely, we'll say that maybe he absorbs energy. Maybe he absorbs energy, but he shoots back the energy in the form of a gun. Like, you know how Frieza soldiers had the ray gun? Maybe he could do that. Or like some Mega Man stuff. Or Cyborg from Teen Titans, that type of stuff. And he steals their energy, absorbs their energy, and then shoots it in the form of a ray gun, blast back at him or something. You know, much like this. Or something like that. And you can also learn how to improve upon the Senzu beams, maybe make a Senzu serum or Senzu water or something, I don't know. So, that's all I got for now. Once again, these are just concepts of what could happen. You guys could put in the comments on something I missed or didn't think about, or what I could add on, or what you liked. All that type of stuff. Put that in the comments. Be sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I ain't going to be too long with this one. I'm out. Peace. Goku becomes Iron Man. What if Goku was a scientist? That's the concept. I'm out.